Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is B-Clarity7 checking in, and I'm back to let you into my Robinhood investment account. Now, today, I just want to jump on really quick just so I can talk about the huge drop-off in the stock market today. So, we're going to go into the current value of my portfolio first, and then after that, I'll just shed a little bit of light on why your investment portfolio may be predominantly red today, as well as millions and millions of other people all across the country. So right now, my investment portfolio is valued at $12,328. As of today, the portfolio is down $282. For the past week, the portfolio is down $231. For the past month, the portfolio is down $40. For the past 3 months, the portfolio is up $436. And for the past year, the portfolio is up $413. But again, now let's go into why the portfolio is down. So as of today, Monday, October 26, 2020, with about 1 week before the U.S. presidential election, the Dow has dropped over 700 points. Now, the reason for the Dow dropping is, well, it's due to a multitude of things. You have the Dow, it tumbled because of, concerns about the rising numbers regarding the pandemic. You have the election, as I just mentioned. The election is next week. You have the continued back and forth talks about the stimulus package. The politicians, they still have not decided on whether or not they're going to help with stimulus packages and with helping businesses. You have the unemployment numbers. The unemployment numbers are still at an uncomfortably high level. And then you also have earnings, which were just reported a few weeks back or even last week for a few companies. Some companies met their earnings, some did not, and some just, barely broke even. But either way, there's just a whole lot of fear just right now currently going on because no one really knows what to predict. And the stock market is always going to, be like an indicator as far as, kind of what's going on and just like the economy and just like the nation overall. Like I said, it's a lot of fear. So now let's kind of go through the companies that I have in my portfolio. As you can see, everything is red. We're just going to kind of scroll through, and I own 36 companies in multitude of diverse sectors. Looks like Hormel is actually still green. Thanks goodness. Everything else looks red, as you can see at my JP Morgan, Caterpillar, Link, AT&T, just everything is red. And again, as I mentioned, just a multitude of things just currently going on in the economy. Like I said, it's just really hard to predict as far as, when the clear skies will be here, because again, as I mentioned, you have the pandemic numbers are rising. You got the election next week. You got the stimulus talk still, up and down. Will we receive a stimulus? Will we not? At first, we were wondering if we were going to receive a stimulus prior to the election, but every day as we get closer to the election, it's looking more and more like we will not. So yeah, just a multitude of things. But with that being said, I don't want you guys to panic. Me personally, I will not panic. I will just use this as an opportunity just to continue to buy into the market. If anything, this presents the opportunity to buy the dip. And just for some of you who may not be aware, buying the dip is just an investing impression. That just means to buy these assets, meaning these stocks, while they are red. You can look at it like typically, really good quality companies that you tend to like when they're a little, out of your price range or what you'd feel comfortable to buy. On green days, or at least on up days, when it's a red day such as today, this gives you the opportunity to buy into those quality companies that you normally couldn't. This also gives you the opportunity to average down on your company. So if you own a number of shares of a particular company at a certain price, if you were to jump in during a time such as this, when that price has dipped, you could lower your average of that company. Right now, I just pulled up Apple, for example. As you can see, my average cost of Apple is $110. Right now, it is going for $113. So it's still a little bit above my average price. I will probably wait for Apple to drop down just a little bit more before I bought some more. But in the case of other companies that I own, where my average cost is more than what it is currently trading for. So let's see, for example, like AT&T, because AT&T has been getting hammered. I have 35 shares of AT&T. Right now, the price is $27. My average cost of AT&T is $30. So this presents a good buying opportunity for me to purchase AT&T. So that's what we mean by, buying the dip and then averaging down your average cost of a particular company. So yeah, that's what this current opportunity presents, again, for investors to, again, take advantage of good quality companies while they're cheap, and it gives you the opportunity to average down on some of your current holdings that you have in your portfolio. Overall, I don't think that this is going to be long term. I think this is just temporary. Referring to this dip, of course, as I mentioned, just a number of things, stimulus, the pandemic numbers, the election, earnings was recent. So I think this is just a lot of investors all across the nation. They're just trying to sell out, as far as selling out their companies, I guess cutting their losses, or just basically panicking, to be honest. And me, as a long-term investor, I will not panic. I encourage you to be long-term investors as well and do not panic. And this is also the beauty of when you are investing in dividend stocks. Now, when you're investing in dividend stocks, as long as, these companies are known for their dividends and they are good quality companies, as I, keep reiterating, they will be paying their dividends. So again, even when the prices are dropping, more than likely you're still going to have a dividend coming in. I direct you back to AT&T. As you can see, on November the 2nd, I have an $18 dividend coming in. So, that is why you do want to invest in good quality companies, or at least companies that pay dividends, because when all else fails, at least you will still have a dividend coming in. But yeah, so that concludes, the video for today. Again, as I mentioned, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the dip. As I mentioned, I'm going to say it one more time. I think this is temporary. I do think that, after next week, after the election goes up, I do feel like a lot of this fear will subside. Whichever party wins, to be honest, whether it's the Democrats or the Republicans, I do feel like the economy will work itself out. I feel like a lot of the businesses will reopen, and I do think that the stock market will shoot back up, once everything settles and all the dust clears. Again, I think that this is temporary. I could be wrong, of course, but for the most part, I want to say I'm about 90% sure that the market will shoot back up. So I personally, I will not be selling off anything in my portfolio. If anything, I will just continue to keep buying, to buy these companies while they're low, and then I'm going to ride them as they increase back up again, as I mentioned, after the election, because I do feel like things will settle. If you're in agreement with that, please feel free to drop, your comment down below. If you think that the market will also make a full recovery and then even shoot up after the whole election is over, or if you think that, we're just completely now in a bear market and everything's just going to go down and we should just, sell everything in our portfolios before we go completely broke. If that's what you feel, again, as I mentioned, or if you feel like, this is all going to clear up after the election, such as I do. But yeah, so that's just my take on it. If you like this video, I want you to drop a like. I also want you to drop a comment. I will, I'll reply back to you. I'd always appreciate the communication. If you're not subscribed to the Be Clarity 7 channel already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Our numbers are growing, so I do appreciate all the support, and I appreciate when you guys take time out of your busy days to watch my videos. And last but not least, if you're not investing in the stock market using the Robinhood app, I want you to click that link in the description box so you can download the Robinhood app for your phone. You can create your Robinhood account, and your very first stock, you're going to get completely free, compliments of Robinhood just for signing up, and then you can invest. You can start your stock market investing journey today. So I really appreciate that. Again, one more time, hit that like button, subscribe to the B Clark 87 channel if you're not already subscribed, and if you're not investing in the stock market using the Robinhood app, click the link in the description box to download the Robinhood app for your phone, and you're going to get your very first stock for free. But yeah, that concludes my video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Again, don't panic, be patient, invest in good quality companies. And as I always say, buy the dip, because when everything settles down, your future self will thank you for the investment that you're making today. Peace, fam.